It feels so good to see something that's completely different than what I'm used to. Good day, YouTube. I am in Concord, North Carolina. I'm walking just down a little neighborhood where I'm staying. I want to talk about my Air Force family. What I mean by that are all the great people that I've met throughout the years that I've been in the Air Force, whether it was enlisted officer, active duty, reserve, even civilian. I have met many great people. Some of those people become real good friends, and that's what I like, is the camaraderie that we have in the military, not just the Air Force, but the military in general. And I remember doing some vacations with friends and going places. Maybe it's another base, maybe it's another state or another country, and thinking, wow, this is great. How do I get out, or how lucky am I to get out and see new places? Because the Air Force put me on the East Coast, and because of that, now I'm going to go into the Bahamas with some friends for a few days. I've met incredible people, like I said. Many of them I keep in contact, and it's not like I have to keep in contact with them all the time. I have a good friend in Alabama, and I'm going to be in Georgia, right next door, in about 3.5 weeks. He doesn't know it, but I'd love to go out there after my TDY and drive on my way to the airport to Atlanta in Alabama, and maybe get to hang out with him and his wife for a night and catch up, because I'm in that area and because that guy is a good friend of mine. But my Air Force family, in 20 years that I've been in the Air Force, I can tell you I've met many great people. The fun thing about that is that most of these people are from different states, sometimes different countries. And if I like, let's say, my professional sports team based out of Los Angeles, the odds that they're from Los Angeles are not in that favor. So my good friend who I talked about, he was a former TI, Joe, San Antonio. He loves his Spurs, I love my Lakers, and there's always a rivalry, a friendly rivalry. When I talk about my Air Force family, I have also met other people who are in different branches, good friends. And then there's a rivalry from, hey, the Air Force is better than the Marine Corps, or no, the Army's better than the Air Force, and so forth. I've met many great people, so it extends outside of my Air Force family. But here's the thing, with the Air Force, what you're going to get is camaraderie, and not with everyone, but you will get that with some people. You may not know each other, but hey, we have to work together, and that unity is something that for the most part is going to happen 90% of the time, even if it's only on the professional side. And that's accomplishing the mission, whatever the job is. Let's say I deploy somewhere, most likely I'm not going to know most of the people that I'm deployed with in the Air Force, but after my tour there, it's going to be one of those things that, hey, I met some new friends. And you're going to find out that there are some great people out there in all branches of service, even in the civilian world. That's what I like. I like the great friendships that I've made in my career. And like I said, I don't have to talk to these people all the time, but if I'm near their area, or vice versa, they're going to reach out to me, or vice versa, I'm going to reach out to them. When I'm in Georgia next month, in August, there is a recruiter, in-service recruiter. She is now a chief. She was a master sergeant who helped me when I left active duty find my reserve position, and I sent her an email. I don't know what made me think about her. Maybe it's just to see if she was still in. And I found out that she still isn't in. She's in, and she is a chief. Well, she's at Robins Air Force Base, Georgia, where I'm going to be, and she said, stop by, visit. She gave me her office location. I'm going to do that. The other thing is, I thought of another guy that I went to school with, Airman Leadership School, in 2016 years ago. He's now retired, but he's a civilian at Robins Air Force Base. And I'm going to try to have dinner with him at least one night. That is what I'm talking about, family. Maybe it's not a family, your traditional family that you see and talk to every day, your blood family, but it's still a family. And I appreciate these people that I've come across paths in my career. And I know it's, hey, I'm going to be in your area. Do you want to meet up for coffee or lunch or vice versa, and we make it happen? The friendships that you're going to make on the personal side or even professional side in the military, in the Air Force, are great. That's what I want to talk about. Take care.
I guess that's the old courthouse. Never have paid any attention.